There's no doubt that humans have made major changes to the world. In just 300,000 years, humans have totally transformed our planet. This is in some good ways, for example extending our lives, and also creating new technology and ideas. But humans also have their downsides. A lot of damage has been done to wildlife and animals by humans. But what if we never existed, if we were never on this planet? How different would the world be, and would it be better or worse? Get ready to see just how much humans have affected planet Earth. If humans never existed, of course, we would not be the dominant species. If no humans ever existed, then the dominant species would likely be the next thing after humans. Based on DNA, this would be chimpanzees. Humans and chimpanzees share 99% of our DNA. This means they are our closest living relatives. They would likely evolve and get almost as smart as us one day. But if we're just talking about our species of human, then Neanderthals would likely take our place. Neanderthals were very intelligent beings despite their media depiction. They were very early humans, but they were wiped out. This was from Homo sapiens battling them and interbreeding with them. So if only Homo sapiens never existed, Homo neanderthalis would take our place. The natural world would be very different without humans. There would be far more drinkable water available. Right now, only 0.007% of Earth's water is accessible to us. This is because of various man-made problems. For example, creating toxicity in the water. Without humans, the weather would be very different too. The global temperature would be far colder. The climate is affected by nature like the sun and humans too. The lower temperature would also cause more snow to fall on Earth. CO2 levels would also be far lower. It's believed that the Industrial Revolution increased CO2 levels by 20%. Of course, that has made the world we know and love today. But if humans weren't around, then there would be far less CO2. This also means that there would be no hole in the ozone layer. Scientists believe that the hole in the ozone layer is created by the sun and us humans. But thankfully it's repairing and may be fixed in 10 years. Areas in the world damaged by humans like Chernobyl in Ukraine would be safe. Chernobyl is the most toxic place in the world. That's because in 1986 there was a nuclear power plant meltdown. Many other animals would also be alive if humans did not exist. This is especially true under the sea. In the past 40 years, there's been a 50% decline in marine life. It's believed this is thanks to our climate changing, and also humans fishing on a massive scale. Amazing animals like the woolly mammoth would also still exist. It's believed these went extinct for two main reasons. This includes environmental factors and also humans hunting them for meat. But some living things would not exist. For example, indoor plants would never exist. These have been bred by humans to be indoors. Also, plants like fruits would look very different. Modifications have been done to fruit and vegetable seeds. This is to make them look different and taste better. But of course, if this was all natural and humans weren't messing with the seeds, this would not be the case. It's safe to say some of our favorite foods would look and taste very different. You may think that whatever happened, cockroaches would be fine. After all, they're one of the most rugged animals in the world. They could even survive a nuclear blast. But cockroaches would actually become extinct without humans. Humans generate the heat cockroaches need. And without us, cockroaches would cease to exist. If humans never existed, there would be more visible stars from Earth. On 1/3 of our planet, you can't see our galaxy. This is because of light pollution. Of course, without humans, there would be no artificial light, and the only light source we would have is from the sun. Also, many endangered animals would be alive if humans weren't. Many species go extinct because of human-generated environmental factors, and in some cases, hunting and fishing makes animals go extinct. If humans never existed, then human diseases also would not exist. Many pathogens rely on humans to form, survive, and spread. This not only wipes out humans, but animals too. But on the flip side, if humans never existed, many incurable diseases would never be cured. Humans have figured out how to cure many diseases. This is using medicines made by us, and these medicines are used on humans and animals too. Without humans, the Americas would have just as much biodiversity biodiversity as Africa. This means lions, tigers, zebras, and giraffes would roam the USA. The world would basically be like one gigantic zoo. The Great Barrier Reef would also still be intact. Over 2/3 of the reef has passed away. It's believed this is thanks to human-generated environmental factors. If humans were not around, we'd also have more variety of plants. That's because they'd have more land to develop and grow. A sad thing is, the dog population would be a lot lower. There would be nearly 900 million fewer dogs in the world without humans. That's because they are one of the most popular pets in the world. Without humans, there would be more land and biodiversity. And this means there may be new species of animals we can't even comprehend. Maybe a flying dog, or a big cat that lives underwater. On the subject of land, areas like the Amazon rainforest would be a lot larger. Over 20% of the Amazon rainforest has been lost to deforestation. This is mainly to make way for beef farms and also cutting trees down for things like paper and wood. But on the flip side of that, without humans, there would be far less animals like cows and chickens. That's because these things are extensively farmed for milk and meat by us humans. With no humans, there would be no plastic waste. That's because it's a man-made item. Right now, there's enough plastic landfill on Earth to cover the country of Argentina, but without us, that would never have existed. Another weird consequence of having no humans would be bees. Human radio signals confuse bees and cause them to pass away. Without these signals, there would be more bees in the world. Another pretty obvious thing is that without humans, there would be no buildings. Can you even imagine a world without any buildings made by man? Without humans, all animals that exist would be wild. It's believed there's around 7 billion pets in the world, but none of these animals would be kept as pets without humans. They would roam free. Without humans, there would also be more trees, meaning more oxygen, and the polar ice caps would also melt at a slower rate. Not only that, there would be around 4.3 trillion more fish in the world. Fishing and pollutants have decreased the fish population by trillions. But without us, that would not have happened. But it's not all bad. Many would agree that humans have transformed the Earth for the better. Simply by living, humans do amazing things. We've made friends, families, connections, businesses, jobs, ideas, and thoughts. People make new creations and inspirations every single day. And we've been doing this since we can remember, from the first early cave paintings to modern art. And from the invention of the wheel and fire to the iPhone now. Even things humans have done to damage the planet, we're now undoing. We're planting more trees than ever before. There are less people living in poverty than ever before. Cases of disease have been dropping too. The population is also growing, meaning that we'll have new ideas and new people. And world hunger is also at an all-time low. It's believed in 2021 the human population may cross 8 billion, and despite what some say, that is a positive thing. But now that we know what the Earth would have been like if humans never existed, it's time to make your voice heard. Comment below what you think are the best and worst things humans have done to the world. If you want some more amazing videos, then check out my second channel. But as always, thanks for watching. There are some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.